And to start off this episode, we have an enchanting table. I'm proud of us. I don't know where we're gonna put it actually. We might need a bigger house. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Christmas Diaries. And we have many plans to be had today. Once more, we're cozied up by the fire, drinking some hot cocoa, having ourselves a Christmassy experience. And in today's episode, we want to get ourselves some Christmassy snacks, if you will. I've learned many different things. I've been scouring the different crafting recipes that we have available to us. And there's some things that we're gonna need, but unfortunately, they all exist in hot weather climates like the jungle and the desert. We need cactus, so we need sugar and tomatoes and all those kinds of things. Because I don't just want to decorate for Christmas, but I want to live Christmas, you know? Live with the Christmas spirit. We need Christmas scarf, we need Christmas outfit, we need Christmas food, we need Christmas candy canes, we need it all. So, we are gonna go on an adventure to begin the episode off with, and we're gonna go and try and find a bunch of the materials that we are lacking. When we come back here, we will maybe start building ourselves at least a kitchen, I think, today. We want to be able to have some food. We kind of need that. We just quickly look around here, though. We have a really big forest to work with. One of the areas that I was kind of considering, if we go over this way, I believe this was option C. Oh, another cave. I need to go into these caves and light them up at the very least. This was option C, and I feel like this would have such a wonderful view if we had our house, like, here. So, necessarily saying this is where we're going, but it's highly likely that in a few days' time, when I finally get around to building the kitchen, because it takes me a bit to record each episode, I will have a nice view and we'll have our house potentially here, or else facing this way. Yeah, let's get ready for an adventure. I don't know if I want to take my diamonds with me. I don't think that is quite the idea that we're gonna go with. I think we're just gonna take iron tools with us. There is also going to be the issue of storage. And of course, you know, I don't have any mods for storage. Like a really smart person. So maybe that's what I go and do. Maybe I go get a mod for storage. I'll be right back. So anyway, I've definitely had this mod the whole time. Definitely. This has been here the whole time. As I was saying, now that we have backpacks that have definitely been here the whole time. What do you mean we didn't have the backpack mod before? I don't think that's true. Anyway, we're going to do this stuff. But yeah, we have a backpack. Look at us. We can go on a little adventure. And we're going to explore the great world beyond. But before we do that, backpack mod also adds in the sleeping bag. And we're also going to take that, because I feel like that's a good idea. But yes, we're going to explore the great beyond. If we look all the way back over here, there was a jungle that we did pass by and a warm ocean. So we know that there's warm biomes over there. Now, the only problem is that it is literally many thousands of blocks away. So it's going to be quite the adventure. Let's get ourselves a boat. Let's get ourselves some food. And I think come morning, we should be good to go. We say goodbye to our little farm for the time being, and say goodbye to our sheep and our cows. Cows? Yes, our cows. Our sheep and our cows. Good luck. You must find food yourselves, because I will not be here for 5 months as I journey onwards. Now we get to go on an adventure. This is the fun part. Our little journey began to cross the great ocean and to find ourselves some cactus. And many great challenges we would face too. Now we found many interesting creatures along the way. What the heck are those? What the heck are these? What is wrong with them? Some alligators. An alligator! Some snails. Look at these snails. They're hiding in horror. Poor guys, I'll leave them be. I found some dark oak too before I rested for my first night on the road. Through to a jungle, I found many interesting plants and cocoa beans, which were on the list of things to find. But once more, I found myself crossing another vast ocean, and finally, happening upon a desert. Ooh, and there be land ahead of us! It is promising too, that looks like desert. Ooh, these are really cool actually. But false desert. One with only teeny tiny cacti. Was a disappointment. But that would not stop us. Through trials and tribulations we would not stop. For in the bone-filled plains I found true cactus. At last. I had one more relaxing good night's rest before I made it to the true desert and decided to go for a wander. There in the desert was danger. Fought many dangerous beasts. Adventured through the hottest of sun. The blazing heat was unbearable as I searched for anything else of note in sight. But alas, nothing. For miles and miles. My backpack was full and my water steadily disappearing. As the hot days stretched onwards, I was forced to confront myself there in the desert. What reason? What purpose had I set out on this quest to fulfill? Was it truly just for green dye and tomatoes? Why did I really want to celebrate the spirit of Christmas? Was it for notoriety, fame for the Christmas way, to be recognized by the one so jolly? Or was it something softer, a much more delicate desire? One of simply an adventurer, going on a journey to find what their heart really seeks. Maybe the journey was not one with an intended destination, but one that was meant to be enjoyed each step of the way, such as the merriment of winter, a time of slowness and celebration, the joys that await us now. There in the wastelands, as hunger grew thin and the sun dipped lower in the sky, I made a friend, one who lived there in such a dry and hot place, unshaken by the harshness. This friend had more friends, and it was where I knew that even in the hardest of times, life, merriment, song, all of that, lived on, struggling and succeeding, surviving. Well, I think it might be time to head back home. We are in a pretty horrible biome. I can barely see anything. Yeah, I think we go back. So I made the long journey back home with a new passion for what I was going to create. What a wonderful, wonderful adventure that was, but we went back to our home and we went on a little bit of a mining expedition to get ourselves some iron, because we have none. We have none left. We've made it home and I have gone on a little bit of a mining trip so we can have some iron. Again, we finally have some iron again, which is lovely. But I think as we're getting more and more supplies for the early game, I think it might be nice if we can get some villagers and get those sorted out real quick. We'll go to the village real quick and we will go say hi to them. Oh, actually, I just found something peculiar. So this is another potential location for the house. Why are there so many? This would also be an absolutely gorgeous spot. It's so hard to decide. Right, let's go inside here. Sneak into the basement. A splash potion of weakness. And a golden apple, don't mind if I do. Makes things convenient. Alright, well, these guys can be my prisoners, I guess. Don't even need to go to the village. Hold on, let me make a composter. Now, a peculiar thing happened with these villagers, you see. I ventured to the village, trying to cure more, find more that I could trade with, and I ended up getting horribly, horribly distracted, making a farm, because I needed paper and everything to farm, trade with the villagers, and so I actually didn't get around to getting good villagers. Instead, I just made a farm. But yeah, here's that. afterwards, I then headed to the mines and went and got a whole bunch more iron. I was waiting for the farms in the area because we're a little bit away from where we're going to be building our base. I decided to go and check the caves below us while the farmlands were all growing and the cows were all growing up and the villagers were probably being neglected somewhere in a corner. And I managed to get a whole bunch of iron. It was a very, very successful mining adventure. And it was lovely. Getting all the resources almost all set up for our first addition to our Minecraft house. Oh, and I almost forgot, I found a buried treasure map and went to go find that buried treasure. Fighting for my life against the gravel for a little bit too. But you know, got some treasures there. Many hours of farming, mining, and breeding cows later, and I've got myself thoroughly distracted, I will say that. What a surprise! I want to spend my entire time farming in Minecraft. That would never be me. I never do that. Not in any one of my Minecraft worlds. That's not me at all. But it does mean that we have managed to get quite a decent amount of resources. I'm so glad to have iron in a good quantity right now because we've been really struggling for a while. I found a really good cave system underneath here. I even found a skelly spawner. I found a whole bunch of things. And it's just nice getting all the early game supplies because we're still pretty early game and I don't know if we'll be even mid to late game by the time of Christmas. I'm not that skilled at the game when I'm by myself. I rely on other people. That's why I like SMPs. But at the very least, I'm starting to get my villagers to have trades. No enchantments on our diamond pickaxe just yet, but we're actually almost just about ready to get enough bookshelves to be able to enchant for level 30 just anyway through the enchanting table. Since all the way back home, we did have actually quite a much further distance away from home than you would think. We're almost a good 1,000 blocks away. 1,500. But our farms are relatively small there, so I've expanded the farms so that we can get quite a bit more ingredients for all the recipes that we will have, because we wanted to build a kitchen and we still haven't built that yet. So I think that's going to be the next course of action, or at least for the final part of this episode. We're going to build ourselves a kitchen and start laying out the design for our house. At least planning a design. I don't entirely know actually what I want to do for the house. I just know I want a Christmas tree in it and a nice kitchen. You know, simple things in life. We want to be able to cook all sorts of fun things for Christmas. I think that's important, you know? So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to finish up here and then we are going to head on back to our house. And I actually kind of need to grab some stone and bricks and things for our kitchen. But once we do that, we are going to begin work on the very first steps of our house. It's very exciting, isn't that right, Bear? This guy lives in my farm. He's chill, I think. I'm a little bit scared of him, but that's okay. He's chill. Yeah, anyway, I'll see ya. I show you kitchen? I just want to show you the outside. Yeah, I need a lot more cobblestone and I need a lot more stone. And I feel like it's about time I enchant my gear. I have been struggling with these iron tools that have been breaking non-stop. I just want to go through my... I just want to look here for a second. Time's broken. I've already 16 pickaxes, 15 shovels, 12 axes. I know that doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I can't keep dealing with this. Also, I realized that you can color the backpack, so I have a fox backpack now, and I have a rainbow scarf because I'm cool. But it gives me a speed boost, or a jump boost, which is nice. But I did... This will be a tower. This will be a tower. And here we have our little enchanting setup. It's about time. We got ourselves some upgrades. Actually, I don't even know what I want to make with diamonds. Maybe some diamond pants? That could be nice. A diamond sword would also be lovely. Projectile protection. Jeez, my knees. Okay, well, not the best selection of things. These enchants, I guess we'll try it on breaking and oh, sharpness 3, that's, you know, that's okay. Protection 3, not the best enchantments, but you know what? It's better than nothing at this point in time. It's not great. It's not great. I actually really need Silk Touch. I actually am in desperate need. Efficiency 4! Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, well that's sad. It's just, it's only efficiency 4. Okay, well, Silk Touch, there we go. Okay, we got probably the most useless pickaxe in the world, because it's an iron pickaxe. That's okay. We're learning. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Anyway, I say all of this because I need to get more cobblestone because I've laid out the plan for our house. I am building kind of a mini castle. What would you... Me doing that? No, that's unheard of. I would never build a castle. I have an idea. I have a style. I have a vision. And we're gonna have many rooms. It's gonna be very fun. But I have finished the kitchen, and I will show you guys that here. If you enter in here, we have a door, and the door leads to nowhere. Wow. We do have a storage area here, which I put some crates in. This came in with Farmer's Delight, and this one's from Let's Do Bakery, which are the primary mods that I'm excited for and have built this kitchen around, because it means that we have so many options for cooking, and I've been collecting all sorts of resources. But yes, here's our kitchen. We have our stove here in the corner. I originally had that above the oven, but I need to use the top of the stove, and I forgot that's a thing. But yeah, we got mixers and bowls and other baking things. We have a decorating table for when we want to make cakes. We got a pot here to cook things in. We got our wine, you know, we got that. Lovely. We got a croissant, stack of pancakes, everything a person could want. We have all sorts of food inside all of these cabinets. I've organized them. I brought them over. We got meat in here in the fridge. We have milk and bread. You know, we just have lots of options now to be able to cook food. So food should be fine for the present moment, and as we decide to build the rest of our house, we should be okay in that department. And now that I've enchanted, that means that I'll be able to collect more resources, and so we can continue building up this house. I have another mod called Cluttered, and it adds in so many different decorations. As always, I have the mod pack I'm using linked in the description. It's one that I've custom put together, and we have Christmas decorations. We have all of these beautiful cabinets. So much storage. I could have my entire storeroom just in here. Like, even these mini ones have a full chest worth of space. The fridge got a double chest worth. But yeah, I thought while we're here, we may as well actually try cooking some things here at the end. To get started, if I go here, we can see all of the different recipes that we have available. And this is just Farmer's Delight. We also have all the ones with Let's Do Bakery, which adds things like cakes, which we can make using all sorts of things. I might need the top of this. I think. See, if I get this pot and I stick this here, oh my goodness, it's actually filled. Then here, if we get some sugar, and then we get some berries, as well as our jars, we can stick these in here, and it'll start cooking some sweet berry jam for us. While that's going, we can also make some cake dough with some milk, eggs, and some wheat. And I have a sneaky crafting table up here, so we can use that here to make cake dough. Oh, we need to make that in a mixer. I had no idea. Okay, I guess we add these ingredients in here. Egg, wheat, milk, and sugar. Then we mix it up. And hopefully it turns into something. We mix. Oh, we got our bucket back. We got cake dough just from that. That's a really cool way of doing that. We got some cake dough, and then we got our sweet berry jam. That just means in the caking station. We put these two together. Put our cake dough there, and then our jam on top, and we get ourselves a cake, and we can place that wherever we want, and we have a cake available. I think we'll put our cooked food in here. We can have that on our dining table when we eventually have that over there. But, you know, till then it's just you and me in the kitchen, little guy. Just you and me. Yep. I don't know what his name is, but he lives here. When we go back here, though, to Farmer's Delight, we can see these really fancy recipes that we have here. That's a whole bunch of things. We put our pan back there, and we grab this, and we put this on the stove. And we grab ourselves a bunch of these ingredients for a stuffed pumpkin. So we need rice, onion, brown mushroom. We are actually kind of running low on brown mushrooms. Tomato, a potato, an onion, a carrot. Get ourselves a sweet berry. And then we go and take it over to this thing. We put all of these ingredients into here and then have the pumpkin as what it's being put into, as the bowl. There's so many other things. There's sushi as well that we could make. There's grilled salmon, which is fancy, which we can just craft this together pretty easily. Oh, but our stuffed pumpkin is done, which we can end up placing somewhere. We can also make this grilled salmon as well. And both of these, I believe we can place in our eventual dining room. Since it is the Christmas season, though, I feel like we gotta make some hot cocoa, you know? So I'm gonna make some hot cocoa and some warm bread to finish off the episode. Or maybe a sweet berry cheesecake. Ooh, I don't know if we have enough milk. I have to go back to the cows to actually milk those, and they're a mile away. An apple pie sounds delicious as well. All different kinds of bread. We got crusty bread, we got a croissant. We get our pot here, and we put milk, cocoa beans, sugar, all together. We can make, oh, we need a glass bottle though. Hold on. We get a hot cocoa, which we can drink, and then poke a hole in the ice, get some fresh water. I'm stealing that water from there. Sorry, water. There's just a hole in the ice. We can make ourselves some dough. Might be the wrong kind of dough. And then we make ourselves some sweet dough in a crafting bowl. And then we mix it all together. I think I might have just lost my bucket. I think I might have just lost my bucket. Oopsie, I accidentally put it back in the bowl and now it won't come out. So, it's stuck in there. My poor bowl. My poor bucket. You can't make it out of the bowl. We got these kinds of dough and then we put it with some sugar inside the oven. And we're gonna need some kind of fuel. I got some coal. Okay, that works. I cannot use just wooden planks, but like you can see it in there cooking away in the oven, making some bread. While that's happening, we can put the rest of our stuff in the fridge. We can put our utensils in the drawer. This is the stuff that we want to use in cooking that we might not need all of the time. These are just decoration, but you know, they're good fun. And look at that, we got braided bread, which I think we can put one in our bread box here and have on display. But yeah, this is our little kitchen, and now that we've cooked some things in here, we can go and eat them by a nice warm fire. We need a warm fireplace here. We need something. I want to have a fireplace here and then some glass windows looking out at the view and like a patio out here. I want to have people over. I want to invite people to my house one day, even though this is a single player world. I will do it. I'm going to have friends for Christmas. But until we're at that point, we're going to go back to our little house over here. Have a little nice break by the fire by ourselves. And this guy, also I got a dog. I probably should have said that. I found this guy in the woods. He's my friend. He's my best friend. By the fire, but it's not snowing outside, but you know what? We make do. Enjoying ourselves so we can have a nice hot drink of hot cocoa. For real. And some braided... That's not what I meant to do. I'll have you know I meant to eat that. not place it up there. My bread! My bread is gone! Anyway, I'll eat some nice bread. We stare out on the world and I get stuffed. I'm comforted by my food. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. In the next episode, we're gonna be hard at work on the rest of our house, I think. Now that I can finally prepare and get some more resources. I've already continued a bit with some more mining. I've got myself a little cactus farm. It's pretty sad in here. But now that I have some tools, I think I will finally be able to get some real resources for this project of ours. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.